Trouble keeping up with the Joneses? It's the coach. And this is the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, Aaron Jones, no picnic a week ago. He's looking for another big game, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Green Bay Packers. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon.
There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Seattle Seahawks and the Green Bay Packers. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. 13 yards on the game's opening play. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the play. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now it's Rodgers. This to Jarwin. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And defensively, these corners struggled last week. They're struggling again here early on the opening drive.
And that was not unnoticed on tape. So when they saw their struggle last week, guaranteed they went right into the game plan, attack them early, see if they're going to play any better, and if not, you keep the pressure on them until things change.
The 3rd down run gets them nothing. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Tempo.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Buying time to his left. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got the first down and more past midfield. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on 1st down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. From 21 yards away. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
Wilson's pass complete to number 80.
Jason Myers now for the extra point.
Jason Myers for the extra point.
He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 39.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. On 2nd and 9. Wilson flushed out right, and he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
He's got a man, complete. That's one heck of a 3rd down conversion, a pickup of 39.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force them into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3-and-out. Pretty good results here on the 1st down run as he takes this forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. On 2nd down now, snap. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. The line to gain is the 33 on third down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 23.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here's Wilson, and his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant, and it's second down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Wilson now to throw again. Flush to his right. He'll run it. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
Check. Let's go heavy. Let's go heavy. Let me know what you got. That's right. Give me some. Here we go. Check. Lucky.
Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Here we go. Mike is 59. Touchdown.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Steps away to his left, and he's going to keep it here. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, end zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks, they're able to stretch that lead out a bit further. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
Wilson's pass complete to DK Metcalf. Touchdown, Seattle.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now a draw play. This is Jones. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up third.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play. Rodgers now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 47-yard line.
To throw is Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football.
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets them to 3rd and 3 now. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And that right there is something we've seen, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Rodgers now to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 39. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Wilson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming. At some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain. On the play there, a nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it. We're certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance because if that thing clips the pylon, it comes out to the 20, but instead it goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And just just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, Sapp, and he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And to give this time to the tailback. And they'll get him down up past the 15. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run. And boy, they were successful.
Now Wilson eluding the pressure right. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll make it 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. The pass complete. It's Bird. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 53 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Dancing to his left. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
Well, that was not quite the holy roller, partner. That was San Diego, Oakland. You might remember that in 1978, right? Kenny Stabler, forward fumble. Dave Casper falls on the end zone. Oakland beats him on the last play of the game. But that was a live football. And what a nice job he did to fall into the end zone. And yes, indeed, folks, that's a touchdown.
By the way, John Madden was coaching in that holy roller game, wasn't he?
He certainly was, and he wanted to make sure that the call went his team's way, was out on the field and was told, yes, it's a touchdown. But get back on the sidelines.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Got an open man, the tight end, Jarwin. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On the delay, Jones. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Now it's Lockett. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that...
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. Making the catch is Sternberger. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. Now Jones. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Do you think after that last run they're thinking to themselves, we had to wait all day to play this night game, and we're still not able to run the ball the way we want to?
Yeah, this defense, they've risen to the challenge all evening long. 2nd down and goal. Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. Blake Jarwin. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now Wilson on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And the pressure gets to him again. Preston Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Throwing is Wilson. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Zadarius Smith in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. They'll go again to Jones. Good move, but not much to show for it. Still inside the 5. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jones. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run. But how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. On first and 10, it's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To throw is Wilson. Going to throw again. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
You're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And, Charles, when you start talking about NFL kickers that have hit from 62 or further, it's a pretty short list, isn't it?
That it is, but how about the trust by a head coach to even let your kicker try from that range? That's really showing a lot of faith that he can get the job done.
Yeah, faith and guts. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half.
And he loses the football a second time. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. Flushed out right. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. The throw over the middle taken in and brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 18 yards that time to push him up, first and goal.
Let's go, defense. Let's go.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. Here the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Myers connects on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Rodgers now on first down. This to Jarwin. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Got an open man, it's Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. On first down, Jones. It was Jaron Reed who got him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. It's a gain of 3 on what will be the final play of this third quarter. Back now at Lambeau. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Now it's Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 4th touchdown on the year. To throw is Rodgers. And the Packers get a score closer. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. On 2nd and 12, Wilson, he'll find Metcalf. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain. Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with him. Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
A very solid gain of 27. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Jones. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. The Packers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Here's Rodgers. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one goes for 24 yards. They'll run on 1st down. Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Now on 2nd and 13. Rodgers. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. This will be caught just inside the 10. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
Mike 5'9", It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Hey, watch it.
They'll keep it on the ground. Sapp. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. Here's Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. That'll pick up the 1st down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They'll have a 1st down past the 40, the 40, the 20, 10, and all the way in Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. On first down, it's Jones. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll run on first down. Sapp. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on first down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if you picked up the first down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you want to 2nd and 1 is probably better than picking up the first down because in college football, the clock stops with every first down and actually aids the defense in that situation.
Here's Wilson to throw. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
On first down, Sapp. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Sapp. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, Charles,